The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "For I tell you, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. You have heard that it was said to the men of old, 'You shall not kill, and whoever kills shall be liable to judgment.' But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother shall be liable to judgment. Whoever insults his brother shall be liable in the council. And whoever says, 'You fool,' shall be liable to the hell of fire. So, if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Make friends quickly with your accuser while you are going with him to court, lest your accuser hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the God, and you be put in prison. Truly I say to you, you will never get out till you have paid the last penny." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise the Lord Jesus Christ.
My brothers, today we have two lessons for us. One from the first reading and the other from the Gospel. The first one is, we need to be prophets, men of God, like the prophet Elijah. These days, when the ordinary time has once again begun, we are having our reading from the first book of Kings, describing the life and mission of prophet Elijah. The prophet obeys the Lord. He was asked to go to Wadi Kerith, drink from the brook, and he was told that he will be fed by ravens, the crows. It happens. Before that, he proclaimed a fast, proclaimed a famine. Obeying the Lord, he proclaimed, but the prophet is taken care of. Again, we heard about the prophet being told that you will be fed by a widow who is very, very poor. The widow says that she had only very little left in her pot, both in terms of some meal to prepare the bread, and then some little oil left in the jar. But then the Lord takes care of the prophet. And then after some time, the same prophet is praying for rain, and immediately there is a heavy rain. The prophet is someone who does everything according to the will of the Lord. The prophet is someone who prays. So you are here, we are all here in the seminary. Our primary task is to pray. Pray for ourselves and pray for the people whose shepherds we are called to be. That's it. May we learn the lesson of doing the will of God, and especially praying like the prophet Elijah. Praying like the prophet Elijah. We have in his life number of times, his dialogue with the Lord. Sometimes he is so dejected, he tells the Lord, Lord, take my life away from me. Lord, why is this happening to me? And then in Mount Carmel, he is praying to the Lord, Lord, vindicate me. Lord, prove that you are the true God by accepting this offering. There is no prayer that is not heard by the Lord. Every prayer is heard. Maybe we do not get the answer in our own time according to our own expectation, but God answers in His own time and according to what is good for us. The prophet Elijah prays for rain, and the famine ends, there is rain. The prophet is full of strength, and he runs and keeps pace with the horses. That is the prophet, the first. So, should I be, how much is the quality, what is the quality of my personal prayer, community prayer? That is the first lesson right at the beginning of the year the Lord is telling us also. And we come to the Gospel, these days we begin also the Sermon on the Mount. Today, how Jesus contrasts the old commandment and his saying, I say this to you, perfects the commandment, goes to the root of the old commandment and gives the meaning of the commandment of love. Many are not in prison because they are afraid of prison. They hate their brothers and sisters, but then they don't commit murder because of the sufferings that they have to undergo in prison. But then they deserve to be in prison even though they are outside the prison. That's what Jesus says. Don't think you are good just because you did not indulge in certain external actions. You have internally murdered so many people. In the eyes of God, you are already a murderer. That is the thing. In the eyes of God, you are already a murderer. Mother Teresa used to speak of repeatedly about the worst sin in this world is the sin of indifference. Not bothered about our brothers and sisters who have problems and sufferings. We may take credit saying, I did not do any harm to anybody. You know the last judgment. Finally, Jesus does not judge people because they did not do any harm, because they did not do good. That's why they are all judged and condemned to the fire of hell. So also here, being actively involved in working for the growth of our brothers and sisters, reconciliation, kindness, charity, interior transformation is what the Lord calls. So these days also the reading spoke again and again how we should be promoters of peace. The other day also, last week also I said, the duty of a leader is to unite the community. So am I, through my word or deed, cause of division anywhere by my language, verbal or non-verbal communication, by what I do, what I speak? Do I promote reconciliation? The Lord says we should be proactive in going to people who have something against us and then reconciling with them. Only then our prayer is meaningful, our worship is meaningful. When we are causes of disunity, what is the use of praying morning prayer, evening prayer, midday prayer? When we are cause of division in the community, there is no meaning in offering the Holy Mass. Leave your gift there. Go to your brother, reconcile. So let us focus especially on these 2 points, which is a coincidence that the Lord gives us at the beginning of this academic year today, to be truly a prayerful person. Prayerful person, whether superiors are there or not, I rely on God. I want to manifest my reliance on God by having recourse to Him repeatedly. That is it. By truly being a man of peace, man of real love, charity, concern for my brothers and sisters. In this way, we can truly prepare ourselves for encountering the Lord. You can truly prepare yourself for approaching the altar to be a priest of God.